Hey. I was just watching a video of my home state, Indiana. It's quite a mess. The whole state is a disaster area. Okay, so we are going to continue to work on the third section. And let's go over what we did yesterday very, very quickly, and then we'll move on to the next two moves. Change palms 3 times and repulsive monkey. All right. Sink on the right. Come across. Rise up and backhand. Temple. Temple. Point. Punch. I should have said yesterday, I should have reinforced this. When you punch, you're punching down your leg. So if you think of the bone in your leg is going in this direction, that's how you're punching. It's not over here on the side or, right? It's right down there. Circle, toes in, pung, Lu, on, Chi. All right, up to the chest, brush the chest, swivel the hips, and 1, 2, 3. One more. I'm going to do this one my way. Okay, any questions about anything in that sequence? Okay, let's go on to change palms. No, Catherine's got a question.
When you turn, it's a 90-degree turn?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yes.
I don't know how I do it, but I'm like almost 180 degrees, so I guess I'm doing something wrong. Okay, but it's just,
No, that's good you pointed that out because we haven't really gone through the footwork on this. Let me demonstrate the footwork. You know,
okay.
almost always in Tai Chi, when you're changing directions, so maybe I'm going to go from here to here, you do it in 2 steps. All right? So you're going to go 45 and then you're going to go another 45. And that's what you do. Just watch my feet as I do this. All right? The first foot comes in. That's the first 45 degrees. And then when I go like this, notice my foot comes all the way back. Now that's another 45 degrees. So you have to get that footwork to get this correctly. Right? The right foot turns 45 degrees. And then you're actually sort of the whole body's coming up. And when you do that, I'm gonna to do this at a different angle here. Right, first the right foot comes in. And then you step back into the side so that when you walk through, now you're at 90 degrees. Does that make sense, Catherine?
Yeah.
Okay. Other questions?
No.
Okay.
I mean, not today.
Not today. All right. Let's go from old man strokes his beard, right? Old man strokes his beard. Hmm. Here's another little thing for the footwork. It seems like a small thing, but it's actually important. Watch this foot here. Right? Watch that foot. It's already getting ready to take a big step. Brush the chest. When you brush the chest down, you come up on this foot. Now, you wouldn't necessarily do that every time you do brush the chest, but in this case you do. Right? Brush the chest, because this foot is getting ready to come up and move forward. You're bringing all the weight onto the back foot. There's no weight on this foot. All right? Boom. And it's a big step because you're rushing at this guy. Boom. It's a bigger step than we usually take. Usually in Tai Chi you don't take big steps, but in this case you do. Boom. Okay, so let's assume you've gotten to boom. That's the old man strokes his beard. And remember, when you cock your gun, right? Boom, it's up behind the ears. And then push. Well, let's just leave it at that. All right, behind the ears and push, spiral, right? The arms naturally want to do that. You're sinking, sink, down from your chest to your lower back. Okay, and I'm emphasizing that because you don't want to start the next move until you've sunk your chi. Sunk your chi. Oh, now you just relax. Now your weight is on the right. Relax. Like you're singing a song, right? So you're going to change palms 3 times. In a way, changing palms 3 times, you're sort of repeating half of this movement. Boom. Only now you're just going to do it on one side, and then on the other side, and then on the other side again. And you're going to change your palms from facing this way to facing this way. All right? He's got hold of my wrist. All right? This is an action to clear a guy off your wrist. So he's got hold of my wrist. What do I do about it? Because that gives him a tremendous amount of leverage. Because he's out at the end of my arm, it's relatively easy to control my arm from out there. So what do you do about it? Well, one thing you can do is remember movement comes from in here. Right? He's got my hand, right? So I'm gonna turn this. I'm gonna turn my abdomen. I'm not gonna fight him from my shoulder. I'm gonna fight him from here, 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 here. He's got hold of me. I'm just gonna flip my arm over, like this. Now he's underneath me trying to hold on. That's not a very good position for him, right? So he's gone like this, right? And then my other hand is going to come down and hit his arm. So where I'm going to try to hit him is actually right above his wrist, right? Imagine you can do this to yourself if you feel like it. Right? Hit yourself hard right there and see what happens. All right? Bam! Watch this. It's not your shoulder doing it. It's your trunk doing it. Boom. So you're just practicing that. Right? First you practice it once, then you practice it twice on the other side, and then again on that first side. So you're changing palms 3 times. Right? You get away from this guy once, you get away from him twice, you get away from him a 3rd time. And the trick to this is not to get hypnotized by the hands. This is done with the trunk. Now, in order to really feel that, you need to pay attention to your footwork. Your weight is all on your right foot. Right? You're just going to move your body like this. So you're going to keep your left foot down there, and there's no weight on my left foot at all. There's no weight there. I'm just turning, 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 all right? It's the weight of your body doing it. And your hands, guys, your hands and arms, they stay soft until the last second. Now, they're not quite as soft as our famous towel, but they're fairly soft, right? It's soft. Soft. The hardness in Tai Chi, this is important to understand. Tai Chi is about combining yin and yang. Yang is hard, yin is soft. But how does it work? Okay, imagine, the effective defensive move here, right, is spin. Right? You can see this all just happens because that's how your body moves, right? Boom. Only at the last second, watch, the last second, pow, are you hard. How do you do that? It's because you're feeling the chi move through your body. If you don't know what chi is, just think of the momentum moving through your body. It's the momentum that's hard. So your body stays soft so the momentum will move through it, and then only at the last second, pah, do you supercharge it, so to speak. Does that make sense, Kevin? Right? You say soft, 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 hard in the last second. Now, when we practice, that hardness is called fa jin. Jin means energy. Fa means hitting. So fa jin means you're hitting energy, right? Bah, right? Boom, whatever, bam, whatever you're doing. But we don't do fa jin in this form, or we only do one or two just to look cool, right? So, well, what's the point then? When you practice, you set it up, you just don't execute it. But you are well aware of the setup, oh, just let it go. Set it up, so you could do it if you wanted to, but you just let it go. You could do it if you wanted to, but you just let it go. And I'll tell you why. There's a very simple reason why. In China, if you practice Tai Chi, especially as a martial art, you're going to practice maybe 4 hours a day. 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. Every time you fa jin, right, you're literally throwing a package of energy out of your body into whatever, some other guy, or just into the air, right? Boom. If you do that 4 hours a day, you'll exhaust yourself. So Tai Chi is about reserving your energy, husbanding your energy. All right. So you don't do that. You just set it up, and then you go on. You don't execute. You set up, you go on. You set up, you go on. So you're practicing everything but the last 1%. And you don't practice that because you don't want to lose that energy. Tai Chi should be about gaining energy. You want to feel more energetic when you're done with your practice than when you started. And so you practice softly. Catherine, does this make sense? Okay, good. All right, so the first part of this move is the change palms 3 times itself. All right. Up on your toes, up on your toes. All my weight is on my left. Now all my weight is on my right. And I just stay on my right leg, right leg, right leg, right leg. There's no weight on there at all. That's the first part of the move. The second, you can think of this as just the second part or the second and third part. Block down, roll, grab, fist beneath elbow. Fist beneath elbow, not in close. All right? Get a nice big ball here. Fist beneath elbow. Well, what is fist beneath elbow? Change palms once, twice, 3 times. Block down, block down, block. It's not your arm doing it, it's your body. Block. And, maybe you're grabbing the guy. Maybe he's trying to give you a backhand. Grab that. Pop him in the nose. Right? Reach out and grab him. Right? Grab him here and pull him in while you hit him. Boom. Change palms once, twice, 3 times. Block down, grab, and fist beneath elbow. You're pulling him in, boom, while you hit him, for instance. All right? And again, you keep a distance. Any move in Tai Chi, you don't want to be like this. Why not, Kevin?
Because you're trapped.
Well, you're trapped, and not only that. Suppose this other guy's hands are right on here, right? And he starts to push. There's nothing to give, so he's just going to push me over. If I'm out here and he pushes on my hands, I can let them collapse quite a ways without having to lose my balance. All right? So you keep a ball of air around you, so to speak. Again, brush the chest and change palms once, twice, 3 times, block down, grab the guy, fist beneath elbow. All right? Now, 40 years ago, I could get my fist right underneath my elbow. But these days, it's more like fist beneath wrist. Lined up. All right, let's do this a couple of times. Now, normally, let me do it in the correct position, and then we'll do some just facing you, right? Sink on the right. Come over, backhand, temple, temple, point, punch. Toes come in, step through, brush your chest, step forward, change palms once, twice, 3 times, block down, grab, and fist beneath elbow. All right? Let me do the last part facing you. Brush the chest, step forward, change palms once, twice, 3 times, block down, and fist beneath elbow. Watch this movement one more time. I'll do it a little more slowly. Watch the center. Watch the center. And then we'll go into repulsive monkey, everybody's favorite move. All right, any questions? Any questions on change palms 3 times? Okay, Catherine, let me see you do it.
Now, I have a question. After the change palms 3 times, I don't know why I don't understand the move that you're doing between the last part of the move, the fist.
Okay, watch.
Yes.
Change, so boom, come forward, just relax. Change palms once, twice, 3 times. Now I'm up a little bit because I've come up. Relax. Circle. Grab, 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 and pull them in. Pop. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
I understand the right hand, but what is doing the left hand? Mm-hmm. Yeah, here. Okay.
It could be doing a lot of things. It could be blocking. What I'm actually doing when I'm doing the form is just balancing. Remember that in this case, the really active part of the body is the right side, right? The right side's doing all this stuff. But the left side needs to balance that somehow. All right? Both sides. both sides, both sides. This is going down, so this needs to come up because the whole body's turning. The whole body's turning like this. This side is going down, but that means this side needs to come up. Now, does it absolutely have to come up? No. You could, if you just have one arm, you could still do Tai Chi, right? But if the whole body is turning like this, it's turning. Well, the left arm coming up is just part of that turn. Right? This might be just a block down. Any of these moves can be used for a million different things. What I'm focusing on is the simplest way to explain what's going on the outside in order to feel the inside, right? So it's just simple. It's just simple to think about this as a block. Right? The guy's arm is coming in. He's going to try and hit you. Just block. Block. Very simple. Normally in the martial arts, too often in the martial arts, when you think about blocking, you're going to do it from your shoulder. And that's just wrong. You want to do the whole body. The whole body. Block. Block. Now, how can you get away with that? Let me show you the wrong way. Block. Block. All right? I'm losing my center, which means I'm going to lose my balance. All right? So this is going down. This is turning. This is going down. But when that goes down, something has to come up. Boom. This side comes up, the center comes up. Down and up. They're just doing a figure eight. Grab, pull it in, smack. So the two sides of the body are doing what they're doing to balance each other, to complement each other. Right? Figure eight. Boom. Figure eight. Figure eight. Figure eight. Boom. Very simple. Catherine, does that help? Good. All right, we've only got 10 minutes left, so we're only going to be able to introduce this. Repulse the monkey. And this is a difficult move to get because we do a more complex version of Repulse the monkey than they do in regular Chen style. Repulse the monkey is this. Boom. 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 All right? Repulse the monkey. However, we complicate it. So it's going to start with repulse the monkey. And if we just did it the old way, it would just continue that way. Repulse the monkey. Repulse the monkey. However, we add another function inside there that is much more complex. It's not really difficult, but it's a little difficult to get. Repulse the monkey. All right? This is an escape. Somebody's got hold of your hands. This is a way of escaping. Repulse the monkey, escape. Repulse the monkey. He's grabbed my hands, escape. Repulse the monkey, escape. Repulse the monkey, escape. It's getting the escape right that's difficult. Repulse the monkey's pretty easy. Right? Boom. You're repulsing the monkey. It comes from the bottom of the back foot. Boom. Boom. Right? Power is generated in the legs. It's commanded or directed by the waist. It's expressed, boom, in the hands. It's directed by the waist. Right? Directed. This direction. Boom. 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 Pretty simple. The escape part is more difficult. If you can get it, it's really satisfying. And it will teach you a lot about how your body works. The actual application, I'd have to have Kevin here to show you. It's too complex, but he's got me by the hand, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this around and grab him by the thumb. So he's got me by the hand, and then I'm going to flip him around and end up with him like this on my thumb. And believe me, when somebody's grabbed your thumb like that, you will feel kind of helpless, right? So how do you do that? Well, essentially, and in this case, there's two people. They've each got you by the hand. You can flip this around and grab two people by the thumbs. Master Zhang used to do that to us, right? So how do you do this? It's the how you do it that's the interesting part. How you do it is by using your daimai around your waist, right? It's the daimai that does this. I'm going to do this with one hand. Watch this guy. Now, if I do it with the other hand, then it'll be going in this direction. If I do it with both hands, it won't move because they cancel each other out on the outside. But that doesn't mean they're not moving on the inside. Right? There's one circle inside your daimai that's going like this. Going just like your hand is describing. All right? Or you could do it on the other side. Now it's going around like this. When you do both of them together, there's two circles going on at the same time. But they're going in opposite directions. And so they cancel each other out on the surface. But underneath, they're still going on. Now, there's just a second, Kevin. If you've ever seen a 6-year-old kid with two hula hoops, and they put both those hula hoops on their waist, and they get the hula hoops moving in opposite directions, how do they do that? It's the same thing. One hula hoop's going counterclockwise, the other hula hoop's going clockwise. How do they do that? It's exactly like what I'm talking about. You've got one hula hoop moving one direction and the other hula hoop moving the other direction. And energetically, they don't run into each other. So that's what's going on. Watch. Hula hoops. Hula hoops. Hula hoops. Yeah, Kevin.
So my question is, are these circles in opposite directions simultaneously, or are they offset by a little bit?
Well, no, they're not really offset. They're interpenetrating. They're energetic. So you could say one energy flow is coming counterclockwise, the other energy flow is coming clockwise, and they just pass right through each other. No problem.
Yeah, so it's not like this.
No, no, they're both in the same channel, just moving in opposite directions. All right. Now that's what I say. If you can get this, it's really satisfying because you can feel it, and you go, "Oh no, that's crazy." Look, a 6-year-old kid can do this with hula hoops. If a six-year-old kid can do it, you can do it. All right. Full. And you notice I'm rocking back and forth. I'm rocking back and forth because I'm letting the energy in my waist determine where my weight needs to be. They're both coming around to the front. Now they pass each other and they go toward the back. And then they come to the front, they go to the back, they come to the front, they go to the back. I'm just, that's what moves my body. Okay, the footwork on this, we'll take 5 minutes. We'll go 3 minutes over here. The footwork on this movement is, as I said last time, is a zigzag. So we can do it really geometrically at first. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and we run out of room. But as much room as you've got, you can do this move any odd number. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Right? Zigzag, 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 zigzag. Right? Now, in reality, when you move, you don't want to move your body in sharp angles. So it's actually more of a snake-like movement, right? It's more snake-like, 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 boom. But what you're really describing there is that zigzag, right? Snake-like, 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 snake-like. Okay, here's how the upper and lower body go together, right? So you've reached out and grabbed arm beneath elbow, right? Relax, step back, repulse the monkey, right? And here comes the hula hoops. And adjust your back foot, step back, hula hoops. Adjust your back foot. Watch my feet. Right? Weight forward. Weight forward. Weight forward. Right? You can remember being out in the Golden Gate Park, learning this with Master Zhang. Very, very simple. Step back, and your weight goes back. And then your weight comes forward, and you adjust your back foot. Instead of your back foot being like this, watch. You bring your weight forward and just pivot your foot on the ball of the foot. Now you're pointing straight ahead again. Step back, your weight goes back, your weight comes forward. Adjust that foot. All right? Step back, weight forward. Adjust that foot. Step back, boom. All right? So every step backward, there's a foot adjustment. Step back. When you step back, your weight's going to be forward. And then as you do this, as you do the hula hoops, your weight's going to come back, and when it comes forward again, you adjust the back foot. You just come up on the ball of the foot and straighten the foot out from here to here, and step back. boom. So you're just making little micro adjustments with the feet all the way through. Now, this is fairly subtle upper-lower body coordination. It may take a few weeks to get it. You just have to do it a few dozen times until it comes in, all right? But let's try this once or twice. All right? Repulse the monkey. Hula hoops. Adjust your foot, step back, repulse the monkey. Hula hoops. All right? Adjust the back foot, repulse the monkey. Hula hoops, adjust the back foot, repulse the monkey. Now I'm doing it 4 times, but you shouldn't. You should do it 5 times. The ideal in this form is when you're done with the form, you're standing exactly where you were when you started the form. Well, a whole lot of movement has happened in between. So they measure the timing and the length of your strides and everything, and if you do the form correctly, you should end up right where you began. In order to do that, you need to step back 5 times. However, we're all in our houses and we don't have that much room. So we're only going to do this 3 times, right? But just remember, when you're practicing outdoors or something, do it 5 times. All right, 1 more time and we'll call it good. All right? Repulse the monkey, hula hoops, adjust the back foot, repulse the monkey, hula hoops, adjust the back foot, repulse the monkey, hula hoops, adjust the back foot, repulse the monkey. Boom. Now you want to do this an odd number of times. Let me show you why. It's because you have to set your body up for the next move, right? The next move looks like this. Boom. So, in other words, you've got to have your left foot forward. And if you've done an even numbered, you're going to end up with your right foot forward. So you have to do it an odd number of times so you can then go into Tsai, right? Okay, any questions?
No, but it's a great move. I really like it.
I do too. I do too. I love Repulse the Monkey. I'll do the same thing I did yesterday. It took 2 hours to get this done yesterday. They'll send me our recording in about half an hour because they have to process it. Then I have to edit it. Then I give it back to them. Then they get it all ready, right? They give it back to me. Then I have to give it back to them to get on our channel. Each one of those steps takes about 20 minutes to half an hour, so it's probably going to take about 2 hours. But I'll get it back to you fairly quickly. All right, any final questions? All right, we'll see you next time, guys. Ciao.